Is the Lincoln 180 worth $300 more than the Titanium 170? Well, I'm going to go over some of the similarities, differences, and some of the reasons why I would pick up one over the other. The Lincoln claims it can weld up to 1/2 inch and the Titanium is 3/8, which is really interesting since the max output is very similar. I mean, only a matter of 10 between these two, 180 and 170. So I did a little digging and I have some more information on that a little later. Similarities are, well, they are both MIG or Flux machines only. Spool gun ready, of course, they each have their own spool guns that are sold separately. Both come with very similar consumables, flux core and solid core wire, contact tips, 10-pound spool adapters. I love that they both have 10-foot leads for both the ground and the MIG gun. Now the differences, and there's quite a few. First off, the 180, these are hardwired connections, meaning you can't just simply take off a DINS connection and put it back on. By all means, that is not a deal breaker because, first of all, these are just MIG and flux core machines only. So you'll only be switching out if you have to change your wire to flux core or solid core. Duty cycles. Now the 170 claims that at 240 volts, it has an output of 160 amps, and that would be a 25% duty cycle, putting out 26.8 amps. And that gives you a max thickness of about 3/8 inch. Versus the 180, it calculates it at 230 volts, 130 amps, and that gives you 30% duty cycle, pushing 20 volts, with a max thickness of 1/2 inch. Wait. How is that possible with very similar voltage input, amperage output, and the voltage output? Well, it's because, let's dive into exhibit number A, and you'll notice in dark blue, the little letters that say MP, let's go down to the bottom, multi-pass. Yes, Lincoln, we already know that you can do a lot thicker material with multi-passes, so it really is just a little marketing game. Now some notable differences on reasons why you might want to pick one up or the other. So for example, I probably won't be able to pick that guy up because it is 58 pounds and this guy is only 25 pounds. So huge difference in weight. Right here is why the Lincoln weighs so stinking much. This is just a giant transformer. It's a whole bunch of copper coils wound up. Now, from my limited electronic knowledge, I thought this is the type of setup for an AC unit, and from what I read, they claimed that this one was a DC unit. Maybe someone can let me know. I'm assuming then maybe there's an easier way to transform the power to DC afterwards, but you'll see that the Titanium looks a lot different than this guy. The 180 only has a 6-foot cord and it is 230 volt only, versus the 170 has a nice 10-foot cord and it is dual voltage. It has a little adapter that you can plug it into 110 volt house power or 230. Here's something to think about. Both of these 50 amp plugs, and the wire, it's only 14 gauge. Yep. That's all I'm gonna say. Controls, displays, and, well, knobs. The Lincoln 180 has two. Makes it pretty simple. You've got an infinite wire speed control and a stepper, a 5-step control for the voltage. I know there's probably some correct name for that type of knob, so let me know in the comments so I can call it the right thing. The Titanium's got 3, one for the wire speed, one for the voltage, and one for inductance. Now, I would really love to know for that home DIYer type person, do you use the inductance? I don't know. I don't. I just keep it in the middle and I don't mess with it. But the infinite for the wire speed and for the voltage, I do think is a nicer feature for the Titanium. The Titanium also has a 2-touch and 4-touch feature. Now, I love digital displays, but there's always a drawback. It's another electronic piece that could go bad. So, I don't know, I've gone back and forth. Is it nicer to have a simpler design or something with a couple more features that could go out on you? Next up, it's a big one, the warranties. Man, Lincoln, they stand by their products, and that is with a 3-year warranty. And the Titanium, 90 days. Man, that's probably one of the biggest drawbacks with Harbor Freight. It seemed like Titanium really stepped it up, and I was hoping that they would have included the better warranty, because I think the Vulcans actually come standard with a 1 year, but the Titaniums, they're stuck at that 90 days. Yes, you can get the extended warranty, but I don't know, it would have been so nice to, I don't know, it says something extra if they can just put a bigger warranty, more than 90 days on something that you're gonna spend, you know, a lot of money on. So that's a big one. Here's some things to end on. Well, first of all, if you're in a shop garage type setting where the welder will stay on the cart hooked up to the bottom, I'd probably go with the Lincoln, and it's got the 3-year warranty to stand by. But if you are, you know, you need something more portable, able to go out to the barn, shed, a buddy's house that doesn't have 230 volts in the garage, then this is almost kind of a must, because it can do 110 input voltage, and it's half the weight. So portability on this guy is awesome. Well, it could come down to price as well, and after taxes, the titanium is about 300 bucks cheaper, and it's Harbor Freight, so they always go on sale. Check out whatever holiday's coming up, and I guarantee there's going to be a parking lot sale going on. Check out my other videos for a more in-depth review and test of each of these welders. I go into a lot more detail and specifications for each of these. That's all for this one. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.